Hello there everybody, you are the audience, my name is Supersonic Blur, and welcome back to the next episode of Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright. Last time, we finished off Chapter 7, which means we now begin the final witch trial, Chapter 8. And we find ourselves back with Phoenix and Maya. It's finally starting, the last witch trial. The witch's court will no longer serve any purpose once the Great Witch Bezella is burned. Which appears to be a speller. Yeah. But Speller isn't Bezella! I'm not buying it one bit. I mean, the storyteller is her father! I don't know what happened between them, but a father would never do that to his child. I think you're right, Maya. But no one else does. They're already throwing accusations at her. I just feel so sorry for Speller. Feels like this whole case is under some kind of bad spell. A spell? Yeah, we just can't see it yet. That's why it's so vital that we expose the real witch behind this thing. And we've got to do this during that trial. I believe in you, Nick. Oh, by the way. Yeah? What are you going to do during this trial? I mean, if you were thinking about watching... What? You mean you don't want me to be by your side? I didn't take you for such a cold-hearted guy, Nick. That's not what I mean. Look, let me finish before you start jumping to conclusions, Maya. What I was going to say is that you can't let people see you. You know, you're supposed to be, dead. You were cast into the flames, remember? Oh, right. That. You mean after I was on trial for the murder of Sir Top Hat? Don't underestimate me, Sir Blue Knight. Huh? I've already got it covered. Check it out. I brought this with me. With this masterful disguise, I shall be transformed into Maya the Ironclad. I found it in Barnum's room and figured I'd borrow it for a while. Don't tell me you're going to the trial wearing that helmet. I sure am. Can't be Maya the Ironclad without being clad in some iron. Let's just hope Barnum doesn't flip out if he sees you wearing his trusty headgear. Anyway, I'm gonna do what I can to help. We've gotta save Speller, right? We will. Come on, let's get going. It's time to break whatever bad spell Speller's under and put an end to these witch trials once and for all. Also, I apologize if you can hear any noise from outside. We have gigabit fiber stuff being installed along the main road. So, you know, can't do that. And it's like 25 degrees! And there's no way on this earth I am sitting in this room in 25 degrees. It's just not happening. So, yeah, the window's got to be open for that. You're okay with that, aren't you, Speller? And the Speller is still just completely out of it. Yeah. It's completely gone. And the most important thing here is that this is an outside fire chamber, so no such trickery there. This time it's the real deal.
There's a ton of people out there, Nick.
Let's do this. Come on.
Now, as scheduled, the trial of Speller Cantabella shall commence forthwith. Knights of the court, are you ready now to cross your swords of justice?
Darklaw.
The Knights of the Inquisition have spent countless years trying to track down the elusive Great Witch. The secret of her identity shall finally be brought to light in this very court. All those present, pay attention, so that the truth may be burned into your memory. Today, the legend of the Great Witch shall become a closed chapter in the history of Labyrinthia.
You could cut the atmosphere with a knife. It's so loaded, but at the same time, oddly subdued.
Yeah, it's that hesitant anticipation.
And now, the whole truth shall be revealed to all. The moon, eye of the night, shall bear witness to that. Don't you agree, Defender?
Your Honor, the defense is ready.
How regrettable. I see you won't allow yourself to be provoked.
Very well done, Phoenix. You may now begin your opening statement, High Inquisitor Darklaw. Thank you. People of Labyrinthia, the story has ended. Its end has been sealed through the storyteller's death. The one who put an end to the life of the storyteller, and to the story which governed our lives, was the Great Witch Bizella, a foul embodiment of evil who has long been lurking among us, concealed deep within the consciousness of a certain girl. I am sure you are all well aware of her name. I refer, of course, to Espella Cantabella. And what the fuck is Eve doing there? Today, at dusk, a tragedy unfolded right in front of us all. A giant fire dragon descended into the town square, devouring the storyteller. 'Twas a nightmarish vision that we shall never be able to forget. That fearsome fire beast, of which we had only heard tell through legend, returned at the hand of the Great Witch. Indeed, it was just as the illustrations of the legendary fire. And the girl within whose heart lies the Great Witch herself has committed her final and most heinous crime. Patricide. The crime of patricide. Oh, I don't know, it's not that bad. May this trial serve as an offering. An offering to the storyteller who can be no longer with us. Thank you, High Inquisitor. The Inquisition may now begin proceedings. As I have said, this unthinkable crime took place in the town square within plain sight of all Labyrinthians. Everyone is a witness. Surely there can be no need for a formal interrogation. You can't say that! I suggest you mind your temper, Defender. In a few moments you will have no option but to accept the truth. Once we hear it from the very mouth of the accused. From Espella. The Inquisition hereby demands that the accused, Espella Cantabella, testify about her crime. Or rather, that she confess to it. The Inquisition's request shall be granted. Bring Espella Cantabella down to the witness stand. This is it. The last trial. In all likelihood, Espella will admit to the charges. I have only one chance to break whatever spell she's under. Whenever she testifies, there are bound to be some clues to the truth in there. Now that you are here, witness, state your name and tell us your real name as well.
My name is Espella Cantabella, but I have another name too. Bizella.
Order in the court. Then you really do admit that you are the Great Witch? You openly concede that you are Bezella herself, the cause of all evil and destruction? Yes. I knew it. We're done. She's Bezella. How terrifying. I mean, she killed her own father. How dare she kill our beloved storyteller? We don't want a trial. We want to see her burn. Burn, burn. The Inquisition was right. The accused herself has spoken. It would seem there is no need for an interrogation. I assure you there is none. The only possible verdict has been clear to everyone from the beginning.
Hold it!
Yes! Let's hear Ispella's, the accused side of the story. Magic exists in this world, right? So if you think about it, Ispella could be under the influence of a spell too. What I would like to know is this. Just who in the world are you, young knight? Oh, me? How to put it? I feel as if we've met somewhere before. It was... where was it again? We haven't. That's just your imagination, Your Honor. My lord. As for who I am... I'm with Sir Bluelight. Not in a romantic way, of course. Is this a friend of yours, Defender? Yes. And, don't comment on the helmet, please. She really wouldn't, like to have her face seen. How can I put this gently? It's not something you'd want to look at. What are you talking about? You make it sound like there's a problem with my face. I can assure you we have no interest in your face, miss. Although I do wonder where you acquired that particular helm. Why's that? A helm of that ilk is not something you can simply purchase from a street stall. Well, I found it in the forest. Finders keepers, you know. What are you doing, Maya? You promised me you wouldn't draw any attention. Sorry, Nick. I lost it a bit. Well, anyway, the defense's opinion is as follows. We should hear the defendant's testimony before coming to a verdict. There may be some things even she isn't aware of. How amusing. As this is to be the last witch trial ever held, perhaps it is only fitting that we cross swords before you accept your defeat. I agree. Thus, the accused herself will now testify. Miss Cantabella, tell the court of your involvement in this incident. I finally realized that Bezella had been lying dormant within me. Once evening fell and the rain ceased, I climbed up the wooden stairs to that bell tower and awaited the parade. I waited for my father's speech to end, and then I summoned the fire dragon. I don't know why I killed my father. That was a very unusual testimony. When you used magic against your father, were you doing so as Ispella Cantabella or as the Great Witch Bezella? A most fascinating query, however. It matters not. The Inquisition has ingeniously solved the query by disregarding it. What matters is that Bezella exists within this girl. Being a witch is a crime, and such a fundamental rule will always hold. And this girl here is not just any witch. She is the Great Witch. Ispella had admitted to the charges, just as I expected. I just have to hope that I can find some contradictions in her testimony. don't, we can kiss this trial goodbye. The defense may begin the interrogation. Defender, steady your sword of justice. Should I see it waver or point in the wrong direction, I will not hesitate to cut down your arguments and end this interrogation. You had better keep that in mind. Alright, well, right now we don't exactly have anything that we can go on, so for now we've pretty much just got to press everything. I finally realized that Bezella had been lying dormant within me. So you say you finally realized, right? Yes. I've always had a feeling, but my memory is rather hazy. I've always felt as though I'm not who I think I am, and that I've forgotten something very important. Incidentally, when did you become aware of Bezella's presence within you? It was when I went to the Great Archive with Mr. Layton and Luke. Ever since I saw that mural depicting Bezella, I started having strange flashbacks. I saw things from the distant past, memories of the legendary fire. The legendary fire? I saw it. I was there when it happened. I saw the town consumed by flames. You couldn't have. That's impossible. The legendary fire occurred over 100 years ago, and there were no survivors. Yes, I know that. But it's true. I remember it happening. Because I'm Bezella. Once evening fell and the rain ceased, I climbed up the wooden stairs of that bell tower and awaited the parade.
Hold it!
Where were you before that? We were looking for you. I'm not sure. When I came to, I was in the town. It was pouring, so I wanted to go to Aunt Patty's bakery and wait for it to stop. But I couldn't face her, so I just went to the forest instead. So you were in the forest until the incident? We couldn't find you, though. The rain finally stopped, and the time came. I made my way over to the town square. I was feeling strange, as if I wasn't myself. Then I noticed I was up in the bell tower, looking down at the square. Isabela's not a witch, and that means there's got to be something strange about that statement. Witness, continue your testimony. Yes, my lord. I waited for my father's speech to end, and then I summoned the fire dragon.
Hold it!
You summoned the fire dragon, with that spell Grandworm, right? Yes, that's the one. Although I won't say it now. I'm sure something terrible would happen if I did. That's fine, absolutely fine. No need to prove that statement. In fact, the court forbids you to prove it. Of course I won't say it. Come on, this is supposed to be the Great Witch? Look at her. There's no way Isabella is a witch. It must be like you said, Nick. Something's cast an evil spell on her. Something in this testimony keeps nagging at me, that's for sure. I just need to figure out what. I don't know why I killed my father. That may be because you didn't kill him.
Objection!
It's useless, defender. Witness, who killed the storyteller? It was me. I summoned the fire dragon. I killed him. The storyteller chose his own death. That is a fact that cannot be changed. 'Tis common knowledge that all things written in the story will become a reality. and Bizella's appearance has been written into the story's final chapter. She had no choice but to act out the role that had been written for her. In other words, everything happens in accordance with the storyteller's story. Nick? Have you noticed how weird Isabella is acting today? I sure have. It's almost like she's a puppet. But the question is, who's pulling the strings? Oh? Oh, kitty! Eve, I love you. Eve. Nick, look, check it out! It's Eve! She must be here to root for Isabella. I don't think a cat's emotional support is really going to help us all that much. Well, this is an unexpected intrusion. But as we're in the middle of an interrogation, I will ask the witness to carry on with her testimony. Yes, my lord. I finally realized that Bizella had been lying dormant within me. Once evening fell and the rain ceased, I climbed up the wooden stairs of that bell tower and awaited the parade. Wait a minute. Well, we should have a look at the evidence that we've got. We've got the case outline, floor-covered robe, contraption, the bell tower plan. The bell tower was constantly guarded and there were no trespassers. I climbed up the wooden stairs to the bell tower and awaited the parade, but you can't have...
Objection!
Vigilantes were guarding the bell tower all day. Is that the Vigilantes' report? Indeed, and according to this... The Vigilantes have been constantly guarding the entrance to the bell tower ever since that appeared. However, there is nothing about Isabella going into their bell tower in their report.
Objection!
Your memory must have failed you. That girl is a witch. The Great Witch at that. It is only natural to assume that she used something akin to invisibility magic. Isn't that so, witness? Yes, I used an invisibility spell to enter the tower unnoticed.
Objection!
Even magic follows certain rules in this world. Witches need to be holding a Telea Magica in order to use magic. And you weren't in the possession of one at the time. Oh.
Objection!
How horrifying your ignorance is. Excuse me? Did you honestly think the difference between a regular witch and the Great Witch was in name alone? The Great Witch, unlike the other witches, can command any magic she desires without the use of a witch's scepter.
Objection!
That's news to me! Every labyrinthian should know about that. A witch's scepter can hold only 2 magic gems at once. Who ever heard of a great witch that could only use 2 spells? Damn it. Order! Order! In any case, this should convince you that the accused entered the tower. This is a sketch showing footprints? It was raining before the parade reached the town square. Obviously, if you walk through muddy streets before climbing up a staircase, you will inevitably leave footprints on the steps. This sketch shows that there were indeed muddy footprints present at the bell tower stairs. And since you've no doubt been quick to ask, I can tell you that they match the sole of the accused's shoes. It is certain that the accused climbed up the bell tower after the rain had fallen. Very well. The court accepts this sketch as evidence. Yeah, but what about every single person who went up to the bell tower. All of the vigilantes, Maya, Layton, Luke, Phoenix, like, come on. I almost pity you, Defender. The evidence you threw in our faces with such verve was, sadly, useless. Indeed, it would seem there were no problems with that testimony after all. Let us not waste time, if you could carry on with the interrogation. That is, if the Defender hasn't run out of ideas yet. The judge seems ready to announce the verdict any second now. I better find a flaw in her testimony and fast. I need a solid lead in this case. Yeah. Yes. Now, this one I do remember being a bit weird. You kind of have to do several things. You have to repress this statement. Because Eve's here now. You say I finally realized. Yes, I've always had a feeling, but my memory is rather hazy. You have to question Eve at some point. I've always felt as though I'm not who I am. I've forgotten something important. Yeah, we've seen this. It was in the Great Archive. Yes, we remember this. Yes, legendary fire. Legendary fire. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know whether or not you can question...
Hang on!
Let's just question. I have a question for you, Eve. Eve! Just what on earth are you doing, Defender? Huh? I was just... Eve is Ispella's friend, so I was wondering if she might want to have some input. Whether or not this furry little witness can contribute to the testimony seems to be obvious at a glance. Is that so? I guess questioning a cat wasn't the best idea. Where's Luke when you need him? Do you wish to say something, High Inquisitor Darklaw? I just remembered a line from a fairy tale that I heard when I was little. A fairy tale about Bezella. The Great Witch Bezella is always accompanied by a black cat. Or so it claimed. It would seem there was a grain of truth in that fairy tale after all. It's true. Eve always follows me. Always? Oh, Nick! That means... they must have been together when the incident happened, too. Now that she mentions it... I think I saw a black cat at the bell tower when it happened. Oh, yes. Eve was with me in the bell tower. Your Honor! Yes, Defender? The defense requests that Miss Cantabella's comment be added to the testimony. Very well. Request granted. Witness, add what you just said about that cat to your testimony. Yes, my lord. My cat Eve followed me, as always. Can't have.
Objection!
I'm sorry, Ispella. But there's a problem with that statement. A problem? You went up to the bell tower in the evening after it stopped raining, correct? Yes, I think so. After all, there's proof of that. My footprints were left on the stairs. That's right. There were footprints on the steps. However, there is something missing in this sketch. Missing? What do you mean, Defender? There are no paw prints of Ispella's cat, Eve. Oh. You said Eve was following you, right? In which case, naturally, there would have been cat paw prints on the stairs as well.
Objection!
And here I thought you would say something that makes sense. Such a silly assertion that can be explained easily. The cat must have climbed up on the accused's shoulders. Was that not the case, witness? Yes, Eve was on my shoulders, I think. She dislikes dirt, so when it's muddy, she tends to climb up on my shoulders.
Objection!
Then why didn't you say that before? You testified that the cat was following you. It's...
Objection!
This is such a trifling matter, defender. You would do well to just let it go.
Objection!
It might seem that way to you, but it has important implications. It shows that Ispella's testimony is unreliable. What? What do you mean? For a while now, Ispella hasn't been testifying in her own words. All the vital parts of her testimony have come from High Inquisitor Darklaw. She made Ispella say those things.
Objection!
Are you claiming that I, the High Inquisitor, are responsible for making the accused commit perjury? Well, if that's not the case, then there's one more possibility. Namely, that the witness, Miss Cantabella, has no clear recollection of what happened this evening. What? Are you saying that the witness has no memory of the incident? Ispella, do you actually remember what happened? Do you remember entering the bell tower and summoning a fire dragon? Yes. You say you also remember the legendary fire which burnt this town to the ground. Yes, I do. Even though it was a long time ago, And you remember tonight's event just as clearly? Do you truly remember summoning that terrifying fire dragon and killing your own father? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I'm Bicella, am I not? I can remember it. The legendary fire. So then why? Why can't I remember anything about what happened tonight? Your Honor, the defendant is confused and cannot remember what happened. Therefore, her confession that she is the Great Witch is not credible.
Objection!
What are you talking about, defender? She admits that she's Bicella.
Objection!
Her testimony doesn't hold together. I'm more than one person. You, same. Who's the other one within me? Ispella! And she's out. Court attendants, carry the accused to the emergency care room. A brief summary of the accused's current situation. Ispella Cantabella came extremely agitated during the interrogation and proceeded to lose consciousness. She remains unconscious, although her life is not in danger. Until the verdict, at least. That's a relief. She had me pretty worried there. Nick, I don't mean to sound intensive or anything, but this is just insensitive or anything, but this is just what we needed. I'm not sure I follow. The professor is out looking for clues to help us out, right? That means all we've got to do is buy some more time until he returns with his findings. Maya's right. This is just what we're and that's just what we're going to do. Your Honor, it's impossible to continue this trial while the defendant isn't present. And also, it's possible that someone at the crime scene was manipulating the defendant. The defense proposes an intermission in order to carry out further investigation. What is your opinion on this, High Inquisitor Darklaw? My opinion is that the defender is just playing for time. She saw right through my plan. However, I shall allow it. As long, of course, as the townsfolk who have gathered here have no objections. Very well, then. So be it. The court shall be adjourned until tomorrow.
You, defender, stop messing around! What he said! What he said! You can't squirm your way out of this! What he said! What he said! 'Cause we know everything!
Yep. Say hello
What he said! What he said!
to the vigilantes.
Reveal your wrongdoings to everyone gathered here!
And the worst part is,
Do this!
guess how many of them there are? Order! Order! If anyone shall be silenced, it is not us, but that defender over there. Huh? And who are you? You ask who we are? We are the ones who watch the bell tower, guard the bell tower, and take cover from the rain in the bell tower. We are the bell tower guards known as the Vigilantes, and I am their captain. Oh, right. That guy showed up at the crime scene when we were trying to investigate it. You there! You, defender! Yes? What was it you just said earlier, while taking advantage of all the confusion like the rascal you are? You said someone at the crime scene may have been manipulating the accused? We vigilantes were at the crime scene. Are you suggesting that we were manipulating that witch? No. That's totally not what I... Don't think you could silence us like that. We shall have our say now. You sure will, no matter what anyone else has to say about it. We are the vigilantes, dutiful and righteous, superior, happy, fulfilled on the job. Our passion is burning and our blood is red. If you fail to let us speak out, we will have no choice but to turn to violence. I disapprove of violence, the burning of witches being a necessary exception, naturally. In which case, it is best to just let them have their say. Huh? You may not know this, but it is not unusual for the accused to fall unconscious in this court. No kidding. Let us lend our ears to those brave knights. We shall hear what they witnessed. Very well. These knights will be accepted as witnesses. They may testify. People of Labyrinthia, did you hear the words of the judge? Today's trial is not over yet. In fact, it is just beginning. Oh! Now, Vigilante Captain Boystrom, you may testify to your heart's content. Lady Darklaw, thank you for this honor. I will talk to my heart's content. You can be sure of that. Oh, joy. So much for buying some time. Indeed. But what the vigilantes will say... Well, there's one, there's two. We have number 3. Vigilante number 4. Vigilante number 5. Vigilante number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. And number 10. Wait a minute! What the heck is this? We vigilantes despise injustice and inequity. We shall remain unified, friendly, confident, and self-reliant. We have come to do that with the fiendish defender trying to protect the witch. We shall fight, and we shall protect our town from this vigilant defender. Yeah, whatever. Did I just hear something crash onto the floor? Honorable vigilantes, let us first hear your proud names. I am Vigilante number 1, the captain of my unit. My name is Boystrom. I am Vigilante number 2. My name is Lodalance. And I am Vigilante number 3. My name is Balmung. They say dogs that bark don't bite, but I assure you, I do bite. Vigilante number 4. My name's Linewood. I'm Vigilante number 5. My name is Shaky. And I, Vigilante number 6, am no more than a hopeless slave to love. My humble name is Servius. I'm the Steel Angel, gracing the Vigilantes with my sweet presence. My name's Foxy, don't you dare forget it. I'm but a man who wants nothing more than to feel Foxy's steel heel in his back. You can call me Tread On. Vigilante number 9, and my name is Debutaltontuntunchabil. As for me, I'm the 10th Vigilante. Nothing more, nothing less. Just that. You have no idea how long it has taken me to learn Vigilante number 9's name. It's no use, I cannot remember that many new names and faces at once. Well, anyway, honourable witnesses, you may testify about this evening's incident. Tell us about everything you saw on this dreadful night. Indeed, they shall testify, but that testimony is something that we will have to come to next time, because for now, it is time to go ahead and end things off. If you have enjoyed this episode, then do be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and to share the stuff so people know that it exists. My name has been Supersonic Blur. You have been a fantastic audience, and I shall see you all next time.